As someone who owns 12 award-winning restaurants, I'm going to tell you most of what you think you know about running a restaurant is wrong. And if you're a restaurant owner, not knowing the truth is costing you your money and your sanity. So here are the 8 biggest lies you've been told about running a restaurant, including how shows like The Bear get it wrong. Myth 1, if the food is good, then everything else will take care of itself. This is probably the most common myth of the restaurant industry. Great food is your ticket to play, it's not your ticket to win. If your systems are broken, if your team is not trained, and you're not marketing, then great food will not save you. Great food's important, yeah, but it's not enough. The best food doesn't always win, but the most well-run restaurant does. There are no shortage of chefs who have won culinary competitions, graduated prestigious academies, and still go home to quarter-filled restaurants. And I've seen it and you've seen it. I've grown up around a restaurant that was mid-food at best, but they destroyed. Why? The owner knew every customer's name, and the staff, once he aged out, continued that legacy. They were involved in every community activity. They were synonymous with their town. Their marketing was human connection, and they were very good at it. As a result, to this day, they're always busy with mid-food, always pushing for another group to come to their dining room, always saying hello to that person who now associates happiness with going to their bar and having some drinks with the bartender they know. And that leads to big production of profit. Now, I'm not discounting great food. Don't get it twisted. You must have impeccable food, but to maximize your chance of winning, wouldn't it be smart to have both impeccable food and human connection? And just like any great business, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. That means engineering high margin food items, menu engineering to them properly, owning your marketing, not like I have a girl that comes in and takes a few photos once a month, knowing server sequence, training that so your front of house knows what they should be doing when. That's how profit is made. Because, I hate to tell you, restaurants are not profitable from the kitchen, they're profitable from the floor. And that sucks. Don't get me wrong, I learned this the hard way. I did not want that to be the case. I thought impeccable food, I win, right? Did pretty good, but not enough. And if you want to learn more about menu engineering and food cost controls, check out this video. Myth 2, I'm busy, so I'm successful. Lots of customers, full dining room, great. But what are your margins? What's your labor cost? How's your food cost doing? And of course, what's your profit percentage? And if you don't know that number, like that, if you have to go reference a QuickBooks file, we're not doing it right. Being busy and being profitable are not the same thing. A full restaurant that bleeds cash is not a success. It is a ticking time bomb. Your financial awareness is more important than the full house because you don't know if this full house is nothing. Myth 3, I can outwork everyone and therefore I'm the hardest worker in the room and therefore I'm gonna be a success. So many owners fall into the trap that the only way this thing will survive is if I give up everything, do it all on my own, trust no one, and be married and tied to the open and close button of this restaurant. Whether that's out of ego, fear, laziness to not actually delegate, or just this hope that if I do it this way, I'll save on payroll. This mindset will cost you more than you could ever imagine because by doing it this way, you will drop the ball. You will also delay your growth, the growth of your team, the profit potential of this entity, and you will stay perpetually stuck in the weeds because you love being the guy. It'll give you the little dopamine kick until you age out of it and you start to wonder, what happened to my life? Now, I'm telling you that because I fell into that trap too, putting more weight and more weight and more weight on my back saying, I can do it all. It was not sustainable. We grew to 12 restaurants by getting out of that mindset, by creating systems, leaning on them, training leaders, trusting them, and knowing that if we hold people to standards, we can grow. Freedom and growth and profit come from building systemized workflows. It does not come from being on the line every shift like a glorified employee. Because hiring the right people and then building upon them with repeatable systems which do not have chaos is how you scale to profit. Because that frees you up to work on the next wisest move to grow the business. And that doesn't happen when you're working in the business on every single task. Do it because you love it, but don't do it because you're needed. Hey, and if you want to learn the best way to hire and reduce turnover, then check out this video. Myth 4, being a toxic jerk is artistry. No, it means you're an a-hole. High functioning kitchens do not tolerate drama queens. They run with respect and communication. Throwing random tantrums like they do in The Bear does not make you a tortured genius, it makes you a pain in the ass. And if you're screaming at your team every shift, you're not creating a masterpiece. You are creating discontent. Shows like The Bear are as real to life as that one episode of Baywatch when David Hasselhoff performed a tracheotomy. Now, my man the Hoff, he can pull off a lot. Talking cars? Check. Destroying the Berlin Wall through music? Done. But even that one is a notch too far, just like The Bear. Because the best kitchens are disciplined, they are respectful, and they are focused on consistency. Myth 5, if you can't make a sandwich without a meltdown, you're not opening a restaurant, you're closing one. The show paints chefs as emotional wrecks who implode over a single ticket, a sandwich ticket. In real life, these people would not handle a lunch rush, let alone scaling a profitable restaurant. These types of restaurants would close before their Yelp profile got approved. Great kitchens are fun and disciplined, with a focus on consistency, not their genius and the genius's breakdowns. By the way, I am putting together a whole video on how I react to shows like The Bear and Hell's Kitchen, showing how real kitchens actually function without the drama. Make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications because I promise you are not going to want to miss that one. Myth 6, you need to underprice to compete. Trying to be the cheapest or, oh, we're the most affordable in our market is a race to the bottom. Downward spiral. You will attract the wrong customers and train them to value you less. And then it will be a constant struggle when you do need to raise prices because costs are rising. Instead, focus on experience, the value of what you provide. Be so great that people don't consider the price, they think about the experience. And at that point, you can charge the right price to have a healthy business. Because pricing is a strategy, it is not a reaction. Myth 7, marketing is too expensive and it doesn't work. I see no shortage of owners who waste thousands on old, stale marketing tactics. Hiring social media people with no strategy, buying misplaced ads when they have no business doing any Facebook ads at this point in the game, boosting things that shouldn't be boosted, and paying for agencies with zero ROI. Marketing that does work is highly strategic. It's also simple. It's Google My Business profile, highly maximized. It's social proof on display. It's reviews abound. It's email and repeat customer strategies. These are low cost and sometimes no cost strategies that absolutely work. Optimizing your Google My Business profile, or using user-generated content on social media, or even just DMing on Instagram. Those things cost big old eggshell, nothing. But these are direct human connections to your existing base. Because marketing is not about spend. It's about targeting the right people with the right message. But it has to be done in a very human way, built upon true human connection, not fluff. And if you're struggling with marketing, we could get on a restaurant review call and pinpoint the real issue for your restaurant. Book a restaurant review call. The link is in the description and we will fix it together. Myth 8, social media is just not my thing. We rely on word of mouth. Too many owners think that the service alone will lead to a magical word of mouth strategy. That means they have to do zero marketing. Now that strategy was all that you had in the 90s and it worked to a degree, but not anymore. It's short-sighted. And if you are doing well, you could be doing that much better with proper social media marketing by telling your story consistently and intentionally. Because I agree, word of mouth is super important, but today it is done digitally. When people post a review, that's word of mouth. When people videotape at your restaurant because it looks good enough to video in and then tell others, that's word of mouth digitally. And it's never been more important than right now. And if you're wondering, well, I have too many other things to do, I'm going to tell you, your marketing is more important than your side work. Your marketing is how other people will discover you. It's how you get more revenue, therefore how you get paid, therefore how you have a healthy business. Because not marketing is like standing in a crowded room filled with people and then turning, putting your head in the corner and saying nothing. And then expecting people to befriend you and listen to you and want to get in on what you got when you got your head facing the corner. The notion that they're going to want to learn more about you and become your friend when you're there, it's just not going to happen. So let's wrap it up and say this. Most restaurant failures do not happen because of one big mistake. They happen because owners believe the wrong thing for too long. Those myths might feel true to you, but when you replace them with strategy, clarity, and systems, you stop surviving surviving the game and you start thriving and scaling inside of it. And if you feel stuck in any of these myths, go to the link in the description and book your restaurant review call. Take massive action for you and let's fix it together. Because I've helped hundreds of restaurant owners through what I know to be true of what we've done ourselves with Unsliced. And it's my mission to help other independent restaurant owners just like you. Unsliced gives you the tools, the systems from a holistic perspective of real world things I know factually work to carve your path to achieving the success that you've deserved for so long. And if you're thinking, I don't know, restaurant boy, is this really true? Don't believe me. Check out the testimonials of other restaurant owners just like you who have up-leveled with Unsliced, the restaurant system that has saved some of their businesses and gotten that much more profit for hundreds of others. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.